Hello, my name is Dorothy Bigman. I'm from Minimet Valley. My first clan is Bitani. I'm related to Twitchitni, and Twitchitni are my grandparents. Twitchitni are my Nullies, and that's my fourth clan, which is full the armed people, bitter water, mini goats, and the red streaks in the rocks.
My name is Jennafer, Yellowhorse, and I'm an in-law, and I've been here 20 years on the Navajo reservation.
Hey, nay, yo, yo, way, hung. Hey, nay, yo, way, hung. Hey, nay, yo, way, hung. Hey, nay, yo, way, hung. Way, hey, young. When I see you again, it's gonna be sweet like honey on a fried bread. Way, hey, young. When I see you again, it will be sweet like honey on a fried bread. Way, hey, young.
Why are bees important to your project?
You know, the honey is good. Yeah, we like to have good things that's, you know, more natural, and to see how the honey, or see how the bees live, and to just be able to get so close and look at it, and we're able to move some of them to a safer place. Yeah, and we can put honey on our favorite, or in our Navajo tea.
Yeah.
Navajo tea and honey is good.
And then native farmers like Dorothy, they work so hard to get their plants and their crops going, and the bees work equally as hard to preserve the and spread the pollen, and make the plants healthier, and it really helps out the farming community a lot. And so for us, we're in a uranium contaminated region, and especially where Dorothy and Mark live, there's several abandoned uranium mines. So the bees really help the native plant species grow stronger and spread out the seeds, because it's all about the bees and the seeds and making that next generation of plants. And then they are the ones that help us with the contamination and taking it out of the soil and releasing it back, you know, out of the way in a safe manner. And so phytoremediation, you know, and bees have a part in that. And so we want to keep that whole ecosystem intact, that circle of life. It's hard for us to be able to just walk out here and manage bees, but with the tools, you know, of people who really know about beekeeping and helping us out with that, I think it's just going to help us, you know, have stronger crops and, you know, really help out our community.
Oh yeah.
And Dorothy, why are those plant species that you're planting, why are they important to you?
I'm planting the corn, so we use the white corn for hominy or steamed corn. We also make kneel down bread with it. And the corn, when it reaches maturity, then it has the corn pollen. And we harvest the corn pollen, and we use it as part of the traditional ceremony. We use it as offering in the mornings also. And the only way that you can have it all natural is if you grow the corn in your field, because you use a corn husk. You just use the whole corn stalk.
And are you growing some other species that are culturally important to you?
There's squash, there's watermelon, and there's green beans, there's alfalfa, and all sorts of fruit trees in the canyon. There's also pecan and walnut trees in there that we grow in the canyon. And, you know, if one of these days the store shuts down, you know, and the stores are no longer around, we'll have a garden to survive off of. And then all the natural herbs that are out in the wild, even though it's a desert, there are a lot of food out there as far as berries or collecting roots. And some of the herbs are, some of the plants are herbs. The gypsum weed, it's used as a medication for the medicine people or for medicine men, they use it as a medication, and only they know how to use it, because if somebody took it just to take it, it could be dangerous. And if it's a medicine man, they know how to use it.
And that's
Here.
passed down generation to
It is.
generation.
Yeah, they taught us how to use the earth naturally and live off the earth and grow everything on our own instead of buying it from the store, So we grow our own food that we live off of.
Awesome. And how long has your family been here?
Probably for a long time, probably what would I say, for about maybe 15, 16 generations. That's how far back I go with the family tree.
So how did you learn about the value of these plants?
My grandparents, they taught me, and then my mom. And they just harvest it day to day, and I help out. And they always tell me, the reason why they're doing that, and if you give an offering, and we always use everything, whatever we collect, and we don't waste the herbs, because like I said, it's a desert area, Monument Valley area. And also when we garden, like for an example, as a corn, we even use the stalk, we use the pollen, we use everything, even the leaves, to make the underground cake that we bake, and it would be at least maybe 2 feet and probably like maybe a foot deep, and it's all baked underground.
Jennafer, anything else you want to add?
Well, if we really are serious about survival, we have to look to people who are experienced in survival and have survived over the ages. And the Navajo people are just a living example of people who can survive off of the land and appreciate that network of important factors that make an ecosystem. And I think that once we learn, that's going to aid in our survival, is preserving, the natural order instead of the genetically modified order. Because it's been shown that people aren't surviving with that system. And so we really have to preserve that original system that kept us alive and that we're all here today for.
Sure. And I feel like there is so much value in it, for our bodies, for our health, but I feel like there's also a major cultural value that comes from preserving traditions that are long held, and that's so beautiful. Thanks, Dorothy and Jennafer.